one of them is the constant teasing of the inevitable breakup between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, which has been something that they have been teasing for months at this point. Basically, after WrestleMania. I mean, they won the tag titles, but like there was tension there and whatever. So they teased it again on SmackDown this week. And then it just kind of gets me thinking if it's something that's even going to happen, because we kind of talked about this briefly. I think it was when we were talking about SmackDown last week. And I don't always believe in the idea that the time, that there's a certain time where something's going to work and it can never be a good time for that to work after that. But it does feel like they had such a good opportunity to have Austin Theory turn babyface when they were feuding with DIY, and DIY was like kind of in Theory's ear and trying to let him know, like, Waller's just using you, blah, 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 blah. Like, the crowd was really behind him and they did nothing with it. So I just kind of question if, first of all, if this is going to happen at all. But I also question if the opportunity has passed for it to be successful for Theory to turn on Waller.
I don't think at all. I think it's going at a fine pace. Yeah, it is a little slow. I'm not going to totally disagree with you there. It is a little slow, but what they're doing is planting details, with this person saying, he's using you and all this. And if you get as many people to put in his ear and the anticipation, like we're saying, like, oh, I should have done it already. And then, we should have done it here. At the last moment where you think it's never going to happen, that's the best time to do it. And it's kind of what we're talking about. It feels like, is it ever going to happen? I still think we can wait a little bit for it, because what else are they doing? It's TV time. If this was basically the Teddy Long extravaganza or Teddy Long special for SmackDown, like the tag team, they need to be together.
I think I just question how well it will be received, because it feels like the crowd was behind it and ready for it during that time with DIY. So I think that they'll have to kind of try to replicate something like that for the fans to care, because I think if it were just to happen now, no one's going to care, because they're not supposed to like Waller and they're not supposed to like Theory. There's no reason for them to get behind Theory, but they were getting behind him when Gargano and Ciampa were like kind of trying to convince him about what Waller's true intentions were. So they would have to get to that point. I just wonder how they would go about that, where it's not like repetitive, where people can still buy into it and care, but also in a way that it would help elevate Theory, because I think he needs to be able to turn babyface and for it to be successful and for people to cheer for it. You can't just have it and then it's crickets in the arena, because how many times have we seen turns like that, whether it was for
exactly
to be a heel or a babyface. So
there's no reason to do it if it's not going to pay off to anything. That's why I just don't mind. I don't care to see it go off to anything. To me, Austin Theory is still Austin Theory. So it's just like, why not? Why are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I get that their partnership is working right now. For most people, I just think it's weird how it felt like they were really gearing up for them to split, and then they just like immediately did a 180 and were like, oh yeah, never mind. Like, it was just kind of weird, because every single week we were like, tonight's the night, it's gonna happen tonight. Then it didn't. Then we are like, okay, it's gonna be next week, and then it didn't. And now it's like they're better friends and whatever, and then we keep seeing these little snippets of what might be still lingering in Theory's brain, but they just haven't put two and two together yet. So I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure. I'm very interested to see what goes down with this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Diaz
I love
says,
Waller.
oh, I do too. Diaz says, considering they have so few heels, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep them both heel, and if they ever turn, is Waller betraying Theory because he has talent to be an asshole? Yes, I think that's how it is, because the reason why we've even been playing with the idea of Theory being babyface is because he hasn't been a super convincing heel. He's definitely grown since his days of taking selfies and, his obsession with the US title. He's definitely come a long way since then. But I do think that he would probably thrive as a babyface. But I do agree, and I believe Pat does too, that there aren't too many heels in the company in general, but especially on SmackDown. So, that's an issue that we've talked about with Cody specifically, is
Yeah.
that he doesn't have anyone to go against except for Solo and the Bloodline, basically.
There's
Um,
exactly. There's no yeah, you're right. There's no
but
one other than the Bloodline.
but then when you're thinking with that logic, is you don't really anticipate Grayson Waller or Austin Theory as heels to be getting a WWE title shot. So I don't know how it really impacts that, and you know what I mean?